Hey everybody, welcome to Northernlion. Does a channel update. Not the smoothest start to the video, but I am recording this in a little bit of a hushed tone. It's 2:17 a.m. local time. I don't want to annoy my neighbors too much, but it became prudent to do a channel update for a couple of reasons. Good news, mixed news, but not necessarily bad news. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going to happen with the channel this week. The end of sponsored content, at least for the foreseeable future, for the near future, might be a better way to put it. What's happening with Darkest Dungeon and streams this week? So the reason I'm recording this at 2:20 a.m. and trying to tone down my bassy voice here is not to, whisper sweet nothings into your ear, but rather because early in the morning, Kate and I are going to be waking up and flying back to my hometown to spend some time with my family. And that sounds like it's the result of bad news, like a death in the family, illness, or something like that. It's actually the result of some good news in my extended family. And Kate and I knew that we were going to head back to see my family sometime this spring or summer. We usually see them twice a year, which is not really a lot. Or is it a lot if you're an adult? I don't know, but it doesn't feel like a lot. So we're going to fly back, and we knew it was going to happen sometime April, May, June, July. There's been some positive news in the family. We're going to fly back. It seems like a good time to come back and celebrate and pitch in. I just want you to know there's not going to be NLSSs this week. We're coming back on Sunday. It might be a little too late to do a subscriber stream, but I really want to do like a makeup subscriber stream that Monday, which would be like May 2nd, which seems like forever away now, but I'm sure we'll catch up to us quick. So I'm going to really try to do, I've got a good backlog, so I shouldn't be like super rushed when I get back. Do a subscriber stream, some Mass Effect 2, and LSS that Monday, unless, I come down with some kind of illness or something that makes it untenable. But even then, it's hard to keep me away. So, I apologize. We've been traveling a lot. The NLSSs have been weird. People going to PAX, having to rearrange them for some sponsored stuff last week. That was, I promise you, 10 times more frustrating for me than it was for you, but still it has an effect on you and your entertainment. So I apologize for that. The next time we're going away is E3. This one kind of snuck up on us. We didn't know until very recently that we'd be on the first plane out of town, basically. So my apologies there. I'll talk to Nick and see if he's doing some no NLSSs, which I know you guys like. The good news is, release schedule pretty much unchanged while I'm gone, on YouTube at least. 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every day. Afterbirth, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every day. Gungeon, noon Pacific Standard Time every day. Dark Souls 3, that stuff's already in the can and going up. There's progress in all those. Holy shit, there's some great Gungeon runs. Holy shit, there's some good Isaac runs. Although at this point, a masterpiece Isaac run is still just another day in the office. Not saying I'm the master of the game. I'm just saying, we put in our time in that game so we can be a little confident, I guess. And Dark Souls 3, the real Dark Souls has started. That's all I'll say as I foreshadow what's coming in those future episodes. So, on top of that, there's going to be a new mini-series? I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it's received. But Sinvicta and I have been playing a lot of the culling. Sinvicta's another YouTuber who does a lot of Heroes of the Storm stuff. And Isaac, Darkest Dungeon, he shows up on Total Biscuit's co-optional lounge streams a lot, where they play like digital versions of board games and stuff like that. We've been playing a lot of the culling, which is a deathmatch-style, battle royale-esque Hunger Games simulator with survival elements, and there's a lot of people that are going to be cynical about this, but it's a ton of fun and it's pretty goofy, and I hope our enthusiasm comes across. We've got 2 or 3 games of that recorded that are going to go up while I'm gone. I'm thinking probably Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, but don't set your watch on those just yet until I figure out the release schedule for those. So, video-wise, it's going to be pretty much the same. If you didn't watch this video, you didn't watch Twitch, you wouldn't know I'd be gone. Not that that's it's a small consolation for those of you looking forward to the NLSS. I understand that. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and this is, I don't want to be over dramatic. This is hard for me to get into, but I do have a bad habit of just kind of letting series peter out, and then instead of having 100 people be mad that a series is done, I get like 2 people mad a day for a month. Which is selfishly like something that's good for me because it's like less stressful, I guess. But it's a little disrespectful to the audience, and a resolution in mind is to be better about that. So, given the title of the video and the fact that you haven't seen much Darkest Dungeon content on the channel lately, It's probably fair to say that Darkest Dungeon is on indefinite hiatus. This one feels bad because I said many times, it's a hard game. It's a long game. I'm committed to finishing it. I'm still enthusiastic about it. Those things were true at the time that I said them. And I still think Darkest Dungeon is an excellent game, a 4 out of 5 or a 5 out of 5 game. But I really underestimated how long it was. I didn't realize that it's not really like an XCOM 2 length. It's more like, I don't want to say it's infinite because that's just not true, but it's like a traditional RPG length, I guess. So it could be like 60 or 70 hours. The impression that I get from looking at other people's campaigns, talking to Bear Taffy, talking to Sinvicta, is that maybe our YouTube campaign is like halfway there. I'm like, do I really have it in me to do the hard half as well? Like it's only getting harder. It's really unfortunate. I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed about this, and you should be. I mean, this situation makes me think twice about games that I'm going to do for series in the future. XCOM is no problem, but I already speak the XCOM language, even if I kind of suck at it. Darkest Dungeon is a little. It kind of surprised me, I guess. It was deceptively long, very, very hard. I'm not quitting because it's hard, but if it was easier, it would probably feel shorter because I'd be failing, hopefully less than once every 4 missions or something like that. But again, you can be mad at me for this. This is me taking my lumps and announcing it's probably not coming back. I just got distracted with other games basically, and I really didn't think when I started playing it back in February that we'd be in May and I'd be like, oh, I'm halfway done. To be fair, it's been like a week and a half since I uploaded any of it, so we'd be a little further along if I'd done that. But I think it's basically done now to make room for more stuff. We'll probably fill that space with alternating 2 episodes of Gungeon, 2 episodes of Isaac, 2 episodes of Dark Souls for a while until we find something to take its place. When I come back, it's a recurring theme, but more Let's Look Ats now that the backlog is going to be exhausted and we can check out new stuff, and Gungeon hype has kind of died down a little bit, which is good, to get to experience more stuff as well. So yeah, that's me giving you the bad news that I have no immediate plans to play through Darkest Dungeon again. Great game. It really is. Maybe not suitable for play on the channel, at least not for play on my channel. And you know what? There is some fairness to the sense that, NL quit when the game got too hard. It's a little bit that the game got too hard, but it's also that the game was just, it's long. It's quite a long game. It's not a problem necessarily to be playing that or to be playing a long game at this day and age, but it's going to take, we'll be playing until like June. And I have to ask myself, do I want to be playing Darkest Dungeon in June? And my heart's just not in it, honestly. So I apologize for the 8th time, and I own it. We'll vet the games a little further before we do series on them. That being said, news that'll probably be good for most of you. Sponsored content, there was a rush of it last week. I'm trying to organize my thoughts better here. It's like 2:30. I'm exhausted, man. But we had the Paladins deal was ongoing. Basically, once a week in April, there was Paladin stuff. The Atlas Reactor stuff got stacked up. I didn't realize it was going to be the same week as a lot of the Paladin stuff happening. So it kind of left a bad impression, and I was self-conscious about that. But at the same time, I really do like Atlas Reactor, and I really do like Paladins. I know there was a lot of scuttlebutt about Paladins, I didn't realize necessarily how much it has in common with Overwatch. I'm not even saying it's a copy or a clone or anything like that, but certainly that was a consensus that came up in chat from time to time. But I've been having a lot of fun with the game. We still have one more video to go up. That's a highlight of the tournament that we did last Wednesday, which was a lot of fun. I had a good time with that, and I had a good time with the Atlas Reactor stuff as well. But it kind of gave the impression that we're doing way more sponsored stuff than we actually are. It was just everybody is like, okay, we're going to PAX, we're in games media or games publishing. We are going to have our game at PAX, and we want everything wrapped up before then. That's pretty much what happened last week, and it was poor form. There really shouldn't be sponsored content taking place during the NLSS or bumping the NLSS. The Paladins thing is like 10 people had to organize to be there, so I understand that. But if I had my say, I would have moved it more. But thanks for the relatively positive reception to the sponsored content. I always expected to come with a little bit of cynicism, and that's fine. I want to reiterate, we only do sponsored stuff we like. We vet the sponsored stuff in advance. now we will take a closer look at the schedule to make sure it doesn't happen so tightly together again in the future, at least to give the impression that we're completely selling out like one day a week or something. But you will be happy or unhappy maybe, or completely indifferent to know that we don't have any more sponsored stuff on the horizon for the near future. I'm sure there will be stuff periodically, but yeah, April was a little bit of a larger month for sponsored stuff, just because particularly the Paladins thing had like 5 videos / streams. So that being said, I have fun with the game. I really did, and I had fun with Atlas Reactor as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching the content. It was basically extra content, although if you are a fan of Darkest Dungeon, you probably don't see it as extra content. You see it as kind of eating Darkest Dungeon's lunch instead, which I guess I can understand. But yeah, I wanted to say thank you for your support during that. We had a lot of people for the Paladins YouTuber tournament on the stream, which was awesome. We did the NLSS after, which was cool as well. And the Atlas Reactor stuff seems well received. It's always nice to play with Cobalt, who can be like a little bit of our sensei during that stuff. But yeah, that's it. I wish that there was like some demonstrably great news. I think the culling videos are going to be great news. Some people are going to be cynical, but those of you who can step back and enjoy them, I think you're going to have a great time. The same way that we do when we actually are playing the game ourselves. But apart from that, I'm going to be away for a week, and then I'll be back for quite some time. I hope everybody had a good time at PAX. If you were at PAX, I hope you had a good time watching PAX coverage if you weren't at PAX, or just, living your life on the weekend. I'm excited to have a full backlog for you guys while I'm gone. I'll be tweeting. Don't miss me too much. Watch other people. And I'll be back to talk about my experiences the week after. But for now, thanks for your support, and I'll see you next time.